Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Hollywood After Dark. It is, of course, December 22nd, 2022. We're going to be talking about Shazam star Zachary and Levi under fire, distressed, disheartened, and unsure of his future. We're going to be talking about how Netflix is cracking down on passwords and how their ad tier ain't doing that great. Movie trailers are going to be called into question for misleading and deceptive practices. That and a hell of a lot more. Hollywood After Dark, folks. Let's fucking go. Hey, what's going on, everybody? How you guys doing? Hope everyone out there is having themselves a fantastic day. Welcome to the party. Welcome to the show. Sorry for the delay. Of course, as soon as I go to hit start, as soon as I go to hit let's go live, StreamYard's like, I don't want to work. I don't want to do what you tell me. Now, that's entirely, a technical thing. Although tonight here in Washington, my God, it is going to be a winter wonderland in the morning. We're gearing up for one hell of a winter snowstorm. I know the East Coast has got it bad. For all my friends on the East Coast, hope everyone out there is having themselves a safe, warm time. But as I was driving home tonight, literally as I was driving home, I've never experienced frozen rain. My windshield was freezing solid as I was driving home. And even with the defroster on, it wasn't enough to combat it. And I was all like, oh, great. If I crash my car, I'm going to die alone in this Kia Soul. And that kind of sucks. But that is, of course, just where we find ourselves in the United States during this holiday season. We are T-minus 3 days until Christmas. And I don't know about you guys. I'm ready for it to be over. I'm just ready for it to be done. Christmas isn't my jam. Halloween's more my jam. Christmas is definitely something my kids like. A lot of you out there really like Christmas as well. It's just not my jam. I just feel it's like it's way too much pressure, right? Christmas is way too much pressure. Christmas literally is like, every year, it's like losing your virginity. It's just that pressure building up. Like, am I going to get it right? Are they going to be happy with the results? Are they going to like what I give them? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Do I have enough for everybody to eat? I mean, it's a nonstop type situation. But of course, people out there do it with stride. They do it with grace. And me, I just talk shit about it on the internet. So we are definitely going to be having a lot of fun tonight here. Donovan says, Spirited is the biggest Apple TV movie. I'll tell you, I love Spirited. I'm not even a Christmas homie, but I really enjoyed Spirited. I've already watched it 3 times. Jess here says it's too much on your wallet. That's also true. God, I went to Costco today, and we're looking at some of the toys and stuff for the girls, just like last minute things, right? And it was just like, why are these things? Why do they cost so much goddamn money for just like pieces of plastic? Makes me remember when I was a kid. Like my mom's like, well, what do you want? I'm all like, what's the budget? Literally, I would do this. My mom was like, what do you want? I'm like, what's the budget? And she was like, okay, I think we're going to do like 150 per kid or whatever. Right. And it was always like probably a little bit less for me, but my younger siblings, they got theirs. Right. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to maximize the amount of shit I can get. I'm going to maximize my Christmas. Right. So I literally went to Walmart, went to Target, went to Best Buy, went to Circuit City when it was a thing, perused what they had. And then I made my list and I itemized it by DVD, Blu-ray, video game. And then I sat there and I figured out how much it costs and I subtracted it from the total, including sales tax into the mix as to not make it too complicated for my mom. And then I presented an itemized budget for my Christmas gifts for that year. An itemized budget. Here's where to get it. Here's how much it costs. Here's how much it goes against the total. It usually worked, to be fair. My parents were very happy with that. They very much enjoyed that I would sit there and provide them with this itinerary, this shopping list, if you will, that was maximized for my own personal benefit during the holiday season. That is one of those things that cracks me up about just where kids are these days. Because, like my daughter is 5 and she wants like dolls or she wants coloring books or she wants like a new tablet or, it's all over the place, right? But she's happy generally with whatever. But the older that they get, you have to worry about that. Eric here says 150 is not much. LOL. I think when I was a kid, my gifts cost a bit more. Well, my family didn't have a lot of money. 150 per kid. That wasn't, that was kind of doable and shit. I I think that's the other part of it too. Why is it you have to spend $300, $400 per child on one day when it's just like, you're just like fucking whatever with it, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of crazy to me. But anyway, why don't we dive into the news for today? Remember, guys, if you guys want to support the channel, one of the best ways to do that is to smack the like, share it around, pop it up on social media. You guys can support it by joining us over on Patreon, patreon.com/Matt Jarbo. There's also Cash App, which is the $ Matt Jarbo. If you guys want to support without having to go through YouTube or go through Super Chats or things like that, that is probably the best way right now, just because it's going to be a tough week with the weather and won't be able to do much delivery driving. Just putting that out there. Cash App, Matt Jarbo, great way to do that. Thank you all. And then if you guys just want to continue the conversation or listening to my sweet, sweet, sultry, sexy voice, you can head over to Podio Commentary, where I've got my review of Avatar up, right? My glowing review of Avatar, The Way of Water. That's up there. A lot of people have been engaging with it because it's been a fun movie to talk about. We need to do a spoiler stream on that one, maybe next week. And then, of course, the other long-form podcast version of the Alita Battle Angel episode of Podio Commentary, which I'm very happy with. A lot of great results on that one. And then also, I did work on my script for this week the other night, and I'm going to be doing Violent Night. I normally don't like to do newer movies in regards to like just having come out, but I figure it just hit home video. A lot of people are finally are watching Violent Night. There's a lot of love for it, so I figure it's probably a good time to dive into it, and absolutely need to spend a little bit of time. So, all right, there. We got to talk about this real quick, but before, joining me is James from Small Screen, here to plug Small Screen, the sponsor of Hollywood After Dark, smallscreen.co. At this point, that's kind of how it works. No, what's going on, man? How you doing, buddy?
Hey, how's it going? Feeling a little bit distressed. I just came in from outside.
Yeah, it's cold up there. It's cold up in the Great White North.
-30.
What is -30 in Fahrenheit?
Like -22 or something. I don't know. Let me check.
Oh, it's not. That's not. What? Hold on. Fahrenheit. God.
Yep, I was right. -32. -22.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's cold, man.
-30 feels like -42.
All right. That's nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow, holy shit. Is that with wind chill or without wind chill?
It feels like -42 is with wind chill.
Oh, wow, man. Yeah, here it's like it was like 28 degrees. So I don't know what that would like, I can look that up Fahrenheit wise. I just had a calculator up there, right? So we'll just go.
Clint messaged me. He's like, it's -4 or whatever, or -3. I was like, that's balmy. So.
I guess so. That would be about what we are right now. About right now. So we be maybe -2. Looking at the calculator here. Yeah, or about -2. About -2. So you're definitely colder than it's just, but I was telling her, I don't know if you heard me. I was saying as I was driving home, my window started to freeze over, which I thought was interesting because it was an entirely new thing.
Huh.
So
interesting.
Anyway.
I'm in the middle of Canada. I'm in the Texas of Canada. Me and the cloud.
You are. Yeah, you are. You are in the Texas of Canada, which is funny because it's still better than the Texas of America.
Well, so far, but they're trying to pass this. They're screwing stuff up here. So I might. The plan was always to keep heading west to BC, or just go up north and live in a cabin. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, but can I tell you the story of another guy who decided to travel into the woods and live in a cabin?
Please do.
His name was Ted Kaczynski.
Yeah?
You might have heard of him.
I can tell you another guy, too.
Santa?
Hunter S. Thompson.
Yeah, well, either way, I think a lot of psychedelics were used.
Yeah.
I'm pretty certain there's a lot of drugs of some kind. I mean, Hunter S. Thompson wrote very damaging words. Ted Kaczynski just tried to blow up shit. So there is definitely that one. But real quick, though, Reed Coles dropped a member chat, 9 months at matinee. Thank you, buddy. Says, Merry Christmas, everyone. Hope you guys have fun. Thank you for that. I mean, it's going to be an interesting day, I think, for me, because this with the kids and stuff. So I don't know. I probably won't get out and do anything. Fandom NSLs is asking if I'm going to see Puss in Boots 2. Probably not till it hits streaming. So I want to, because I love Puss in Boots, but it's going to be a frozen winter wonderland here. So I can't
go
really
wrong with Antonio Banderas.
No, you can't. You really can't. But if I'm really in the mood for Antonio Banderas, I'll watch like Desperado or something.
Yeah.
Or on
Go ahead.
or which one?
No, what were you gonna say?
Oh, it's like, well, on Netflix they've got both The Mask of Zorro and The Legend of Zorro.
Yeah, I haven't seen those, and I bought those recently to watch back to back. So
Oh, they're good. Well, the problem with number two is, as always happens with these movies, is hey, let's add a kid.
right.
And it's not. I mean, Martin Campbell directed both of them, and they were fine. Like the first one is great. Like it's like phenomenally good, and that came out in the summer of '98. And then the second one is like, them years later, and he's got a kid, and you're like, it didn't work for The Mummy Returns. Stop with this shit. But that's Hollywood for you. They run out of ideas. Let's add children to the mix. They sound like a broken family. You know what I mean?
Never work with children and animals.
Yeah. I mean, that's true. But I mean, if you think about it, right, what is up with Hollywood? Just as a kind of aside here, what is up with these execs going like, okay, we have a sequel, we need to expand it. Let's add children. Because no one ever wants that. Like there's rarely been an instance where adding a child has done well. Maybe Terminator 2 because like John Connor, but he was like a rebellious teenager. And I think that that tied into like the grunge aspect of the time. Like the I don't want to say the forgotten child, but the one in the foster system, the psychotic mom. He's just got that rebellious spirit. Edward Furlong played him really well.
Ghostbusters Afterlife is a good point. That was a great film.
I will say, well, that was when they replaced the main characters with kids. What I mean is like,
no, I know you mean like add a kid to the franchise. I get it.
Yeah. But I will say Ty Simpkins in Iron Man 3, I think did a good job.
Yeah.
I thought he worked well against Robert Downey Jr.
That was like that wasn't the whole film, right? It was just like a side plot.
Yeah. Yeah. But then, I mean, Ghostbusters, I thought the kids were great. Really enjoyed Podcast. Liked him as a character quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And
you can relate.
I can relate. Yeah. What's funny is I had like a few women yesterday going like, "Oh my God, I love your voice. It's great for podcasts. It's great for radio." And I'm all like, "You've seen my face, right?" Yeah, that makes sense.
You got a face for radio.
Got a face for. People wonder why I don't go on camera. Yeah.
Yeah. Schwarzenegger said that they say in Hollywood the two toughest things to make a movie with is kids and animals, and then in Kindergarten Cop he went and made that. Kids and then animals at the petting zoo.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, but also, he had Ivan Reitman as a director.
Yeah.
So I mean, Ivan Reitman can handle that kind of thing. And then, there was the way that they played it up. The Mr. Kimball character worked out really well. I think he just was able to kind of like be that gruff exterior. And then just, I liked, just as the movie progresses and everything, and like, Mr. Kimball. I mean, being an Oregon boy, Kindergarten Cop meant a lot to us growing up because that was like, in Astoria, and you're like, what? No way, they shot it in Astoria. And then like I was in Astoria a couple years back, and I was like kind of driving through some of like the locations and shit. Couldn't make it to the Goonies house though because that's now considered private property, and it's a private drive to get up there, and they'll call the cops.
See, as a Canadian, it's just any average American town. Didn't even know it was in Oregon.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, it's like, do you remember the show Renegade?
So you always blame me for derailing these streams, but you're the one that's derailing it.
Well, we're having a conversation because the first topic I have brought up here probably isn't going to interest you.
Renegade.
So it's Renegade with Lorenzo Lamas.
I've heard of it, never seen it.
All right, so it was shot in San Diego back in the 90s. In fact, they shot it in East County, which is where I moved to when I had moved to San Diego. So, you're hearing about like, Lorenzo Lamas would just be chilling around town pretty often because they had a couple seasons and stuff. And so it's like seeing, you go and you find old episodes and you look to see where they shot him around town. And you're like, oh, cool, man. Like that works out. Like that's kind of nice to see, but then you move to Los Angeles and you're like, oh yeah, there's that and there's that and there's that and there's that. I've seen all this shit before. It's nothing really new. But when you're a kid and you've got, the Goonies and you've got, Kindergarten Cop that are like kind of seminal films of that time, and having it tie into where it's like, they shot it in your home state. That's still pretty cool.
Yeah. That's like, in Ontario, they shot A Christmas Story. The school there is in St. Catharines. And I used to live in Hamilton, and they shot like a ton of films there, like The Incredible Hulk, and what was that movie with Samuel Jackson and Eugene Levy?
I know
Yeah,
the one you're talking about.
that I'll look it up. But yeah, they shot that there
Yeah.
too.
Okay. They shot.
They
Well, yeah,
shot
they shoot
they shoot a bunch
in the Ontario
Hamilton,
area.
Toronto, and stuff. So the
Well,
man,
the man. Yeah, that's right. That's for that movie. Man. We had it at the drive-in. I don't remember much about it, but I remember we had it at the drive-in because we got a lot of movies that went through there. Not all of them were good.
Kick-Ass.
Oh,
Like
they
when I
shot
watched Kick-Ass, like I used to walk to the studio through that back alley where he got beat up. Oh,
nice.
there's the pawn shop I used to pick up my gadgets at. Yeah.
When I'll tell you, I had just moved to LA when Kick-Ass was getting ready to come out. I think I moved there about a month beforehand, so right as the marketing was ramping up. Holy shit, that movie was everywhere. Every goddamn billboard outside of Burbank, dude, or inside of Burbank was Kick-Ass.
Advertising budget.
They had it there, and I just find it funny that they advertise it in LA the way that they do, right? Like the last time I was there was in 2018. I went down there for a YouTube training thing, and I had the night to kill because I had like a really early AM flight. So I went out. Have you ever heard of a guy named Maddox?
That sounds very familiar.
Podcaster, old internet guy, been around a long time.
Yeah.
Wrote like the alphabet of manliness, right? I'm buddies with him. And he hit me up and he's like, oh, hey, why don't we go get dinner and hang out and stuff while you wait for your flight? I'm like, all right, cool. So like I take an Uber down to, Sunset Boulevard, and I'm cruising down Sunset Boulevard. And I look up and I just see Netflix advertising everywhere. Everything's for Netflix. And I'm like, well, where the fuck is this for outside of LA? And you go through LA and like all the studios own all the billboards. So they just put up their own adverts and stuff, right? But I'm like, why are you fucking spending all this money to market in Los Angeles? This is where, this is not middle America. This is not where people are going to want to, where you're going to get the legs for these movies are going to be in these places. It's so weird.
You can just do what Tommy Wiseau did and just have a billboard for 5 years.
Yeah, with his own cell phone number on there.
Yeah,
that was wonderful. Have you ever seen The Room with a crowd?
No, unfortunately not.
It's brilliant, dude.
Yeah, it's on my bucket list, so I'm hoping he comes up here soon. I really want to get him on small screen to interview him. That would be great. I've talked to him. I've reached out to him a few times.
You might be able to. Yeah, he seems like a nice guy. I got dragged to it. I didn't really know what it was when I got dragged to it.
Yeah.
My buddy just hits me up and he's like, hey, man, what are you doing Saturday night? I'm all like working. He's like, no, take it off, man. Take it off. Come with us to LA. I'm like, what's going on? He's like, all right, we're going to go to Pink's Hot Dog and get Pink's. And then we're going to go get booze and we're going to go watch The Room. And I'm like, what's The Room? He's like, you've never heard of The Room? And this is in like 2009, early 2009. I'm like, no, I never heard of The fucking Room before. And he's like, oh my God. So he sends me this like Entertainment Weekly article on it. Because I guess like while they were filming Forgetting Sarah Marshall, Seth Rogen and Jonah Hill, or no, Jason Segel and Jonah Hill would have Room watch parties with the cast.
Nice.
And they talked about it there, and that kind of spurred all this interest in it. And then that kind of went out. And then so a few months later, they're doing these midnight showings at the Sunset 5. And so we went up there and did Pink's, which was not worth the 3 hours spent in line to get a fucking hot dog.
Huh.
And then we got some booze and put it in we snuck it into the theater in like a 1 liter bottle of Coke. And then, went and watched it. And I had an absolute blast. It's such a bad movie, but
did you bring plastic spoons with you?
Yes, I brought plastic spoons because I didn't know about it. Because when we got the Coke, we went to like Walgreens or something. Just some convenience store. And so he's like, all right, we need to get soda and we need to get plastic spoons. And I'm like, why plastic spoons? He's like, you'll see. Because there's like this framed image of a spoon. And every time you see it, you throw the fucking spoons. There's 3. But it's so funny because like, there's not only that, but like there's shots in the opening of the movie when like it does this panning shot across the Golden Gate Bridge.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, go, 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 go. Yeah. Right. Or like when you see the house from Full House, everyone just sings the theme song and shit. And it's just like, like it's just it's very Rocky Horror. And I think I've never seen Rocky Horror live.
I have. Well, yeah, I've seen at the Bathurst Theater in Toronto on Halloween. That's always a good time to go see Rocky Horror with a crowd. You bring dry toast and stuff. But yeah, I'm a huge fan of Tommy Wiseau and The Room. Like, I don't know if you know, he did a web series where he plays video games. He gets abducted by aliens and they force him to play video games.
No,
Pretty hilarious.
I
And
did
then,
not
like,
know that.
then he made like Best Friends,
right? Yeah,
yeah,
I've heard about it. I haven't seen it.
yeah, with Greg Sestero.
Yeah.
And that, yeah. But it's, I don't know if you ever read the book that Greg Sestero wrote on The Room.
I believe Ryan Hartwell sent me a copy of it. Stuff got moved around. I got to find it.
It's really good, but it's really weird that Franco made a movie based on the book that's based on the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's so meta for Hollywood, though.
Very,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? Where if you think about it, like what's going on, like look at this holiday season, right? You've got The Fablemans, which is about Spielberg's love of Hollywood. You've got Babylon, which is about Damien Chazelle's love of Hollywood in the 1950s. There seems to be a lot of like self-referential films at this point in time. A lot of like we love Hollywood movies, which tells me that the pandemic has really kicked their ass. You know, they're trying to make movies that are getting people to remember why they love movies.
Yeah.
Which I'm fine with because I really enjoy watching movies and I love all the stuff about it. But I just always kind of laugh because I'm looking at this going like, you guys are just giving the entire game away here. This is showing us how desperate you are. You know, you've got a Whitney Houston biopic that's coming out.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah, did you see my tweet about that where it compared the two reviews?
no, I didn't.
One from Slash Film, one from Empire. It's like hot and cold. Slash Film totally trashes on it, and Empire calls it genius or something.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me at all. I mean, it's very much like that. Ryan here for 5. Thanks, Ryan. Says the 20th anniversary of The Room is coming up next June. Is it? I thought it was done in 06. But I mean, wow. They might go on a tour then. You might actually get a chance to see it.
That's right, because 2003 was the 10th anniversary.
2013, you mean?
Yeah, that's right. Sorry. Yeah, it came out in 2003.
Okay, wow. I thought it was 06, but that's the thing. Anyway, I love it. I don't care. I don't care. Donovan here is like, it's so bad. No, it's not, dude. It's really
it's
not.
so bad it's good.
It's like it's one of those things where you're just like, look, it's bad, but then when you get into the in jokes, you know, I've actually watched it unironically. I've just like, it was on Cartoon Network's April Fool's joke. They ran it at midnight, relatively unedited outside of the nudity. You know, and I'm like, yeah, but but like
having
he's
sex
like,
with a belly button.
Yeah, like, how did that even? You gotta love it, man. You gotta love those kind of movies.
Johnny. You're my favorite customer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi there, doggy.
Yeah, we put a lot of the Room clips in the videos on small screen, so that came organically. That's not a plug.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Rodney just came out of nowhere. He's like, "Yeah, James is back. Finally, some class on HWAD." It's like, really? Is it the right James he's talking about?
You're the only one that comes on that's named James. I mean, you know, I'm not making semen jokes, and maybe that's why they're just like, oh, someone's here you can have a conversation with. It's not going to be just dick and fart jokes all night long. Well, joke's on you guys, because I've been planning a bunch of them. No, it's not true at all. Anyway, so we mentioned trailers really quickly. I wanted to kind of touch upon this. I saw this yesterday, but I didn't stream yesterday. So Ana de Armas fans' lawsuit puts studios at risk over deceptive trailers. And this is a hot topic issue. A lot of people are kind of, you know, they're very yay or very nay on it. My initial thought was like, oh, video game publishers are just like, oh, fuck. You know? Gearbox Software is like, ah, fuck.
Disney Plus has been patching episodes of their series since they air, so but
yeah, they
can
have.
You break this down for me, because I just seen the headlines. I haven't really got into it.
So basically here it says movie studios can be sued under false advertising laws if they release deceptive movie trailers, a federal judge ruled. U.S. District Judge Stephen Wilson issued a ruling in a case involving Yesterday, the 2019 film about a world without the Beatles. 2 Ana de Armas fans filed a lawsuit in January, alleging they had rented the movie after seeing de Armas in the trailer only to discover she was cut from the final film. Universal sought to throw out the lawsuit, arguing that movie trailers are entitled to broad protection under First Amendment. The studio's lawyers argued that a trailer is an artistic, expressive work that tells a 3-minute story conveying the theme of the movie and should be considered non-commercial speech. But Wilson rejected that argument, finding that a trailer is commercial speech and is subject to California false advertising law and the state's unfair competition law, saying Universal is correct that trailers involve some creativity and editorial discretion, but this creativity does not outweigh the commercial nature of the trailer. At its core, a trailer is an advertisement designed to sell a movie by providing customers with a preview of the movie, which is entirely true. Trailers are designed to sell the movie.
Yeah.
And you know, and these dude, trailer companies right now are just like, oh fuck. You know, like we're gonna have to yeah. But I get it. They get, because I mean, like, I'm not too familiar with the entire process of how these trailer companies operate, but like they get sent select shots, right? They get sent like, you know, early visual work.
It all depends what stage, if they're doing a teaser or a trailer. Sometimes they'll probably get like 3 sections of the film that the studio really wants to advertise and think would be due for trailers, or they'll get like a sizzle reel of pop out lines that'll do really well in trailers.
Yeah.
At some point, some cases they'll get the whole film with no music, you know? Yeah. Usually when I cut a trailer, I get the whole finished film. So that's a pain in the butt, but it kind of works.
So there's just varying degrees when they get it.
Yeah.
But
or, you know, you do so well on the trailer, then the company says, oh, well, screw my editor. I'm going to hire you to edit Suicide Squad.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, the elusive Ayer cut. Oh, yeah. I mean, I'll say this, though. I'll say this. I enjoyed 2016 Suicide Squad. I did. I think the soundtrack was great.
Yeah, I was disappointed, though. I was like, this is not what the trailer promised me.
It is not what the trailer. I was in the room in 2015 Comic-Con when that in the Hall H when they dropped that trailer. Right. And man, I remember it got wild in there. You know, to the point of where someone bootlegged it, put the bootleg trailer online, and then Ayer's like, no, release the full thing. Yeah, which is the right move in my mind. But ever since then, Warner I actually feel to an extent that was actually a leak done by Warner Brothers. At this point, I do. Well, okay, so when you
they put out a statement though saying that you should really see it in all its glory in high def. You should watch it on here.
Yeah, sure, but it's like you can easily put out that statement after you leak out the thing and get the conversation going. Yeah. It's like, who leaked out Deadpool in 2014?
Oh, Ryan, of course.
Yeah. Well, I think it was Tim Miller with Ryan Reynolds' discretion, but it was like it happened at the right time, and they happened to just capitalize on it. You know, because it wasn't. I was at Comic-Con 2014. It wasn't like no one was talking about it at Comic-Con. It wasn't until after Comic-Con was over that the trailer started to circulate. But when it hit big, you know, because like I went to the midnight show of Guardians of the Galaxy and got home from that and was all excited from having seen that. And then I get this message on Twitter from a friend going like, hey, have you seen this? And it's the Deadpool stuff. Yeah. And I watched the test footage and I'm like, oh my God. And this is like 2 a.m, right? And I get in my car and I drive down to the drive-in. I think it's like 3 a.m. They were still there finishing up because we run real late in the summer. So they're still there finishing up. I think they were watching Guardians or whatever. And I'm like, guys, you guys got to fucking see this. I didn't wait till the next night to go show them. I was like, you guys got to watch this now. You know, and I showed them this test footage. And then from there, everyone was talking about it. So it's like these leaks can do that. And I think that's maybe what happened with Suicide Squad, because quite frankly, I've been in Hall H for years. It's not hard to bootleg the trailers or the footage. If like the only time I was ever in there and there wasn't really an opportunity, like the people didn't really do it, but like, they were like, sometimes they would show the trailer again. They show it once and at the end, run it again. So then people can record it, I think, right? That for what was it? The Grindhouse. They had a panel for Grindhouse, and they show us the trailer for Grindhouse, And it was awesome. That trailer was epic as fuck. And then at the end, people were all like, play it again, play it again, play it again. And then I forget who the moderator was. He's like, you guys want us to play it again? Everyone's like, yeah. And then Tarantino goes, no, go watch the movie next April when it comes out. Like, dude, you fucking just blue balled. You're in like 6,500 people want to watch this shit again in order to go and fucking tell everybody about it. And you're like, no. But that's Tarantino for you, man.
Yeah. But
Like,
do you remember when Marvel had a trailer leak? I think it was for Ultron, Age of Ultron or something. It was just before it premiered on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And then they just tweeted out, damn it, Hydra. That's how you do it.
That's how you do it. Yeah. No, totally. Oh, no. The whole thing was like, absolutely. I do believe most leaks are controlled to an extent. I think like, a lot of them are like, you can tell the ones that, that seem like they're kind of, and we'll actually talk about one. Actually, it's in the lineup for tonight as well.
Well, it's free market research. It's the biggest, what do they call those audience pools? Or when they get a bunch of people in and show them something. What's that?
Test groups.
Test groups, that's it, yeah.
So, I mean, Rational here says, Matt, Justice League was misleading. We were promised it was Snyder's film. I'm all like, the first trailer in 2016 was Snyder's movie. After that, not so much. So, there's,
Do you think this is going to affect the Marvel trailers moving forward, putting in characters that aren't in the scene or whatnot? Because I don't think that's too misleading. We kind of talked about this last night.
Yeah, I don't think that that's too misleading, to be honest with you. I think in this particular case, right? So, so in their briefing on the issue, Universal's lawyers argued that the movie trailers have long included clips that do not appear in the finished film. They cited Jurassic Park, which had a trailer comprised entirely of footage that's not in the movie. But that was also 1993, long time ago. And I don't even know what. Let's see here. You know what? Maybe we can bring up that trailer. I could find it here because it really depends on what the trailer is. If you're
focus
saying
groups. That's what
focus group, that's what it is. Focus groups, yeah.
Thank you, Rodney.
All right, so, but okay, so it was a teaser trailer for Jurassic Park. That was the that was what they're talking about there. It's like the teaser trailer is something entirely different, though, right? Like that's conveying a mood. Let's see here. Okay, I don't know. Did they talk about? Okay, so Richard Curtis, a screenwriter for it, said the armistice was cut because audiences didn't like the idea of Patel's character straying from his primary love interest, played by Lily James. So, I mean, like she was in the trailer. They cut her out for a good reason because it was a storyline that wasn't working. And then here we are. I'm sorry, but it's great.
You can't, I don't know about a lawsuit, but you can't blame her for, she's cut from the movie and she's in the trailer. Why even put her in the trailer?
Well, because they're trying to market it. That's the whole point. I think they're trying to market that.
Yeah, but that's absolutely wrong, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's where you get into the unethical side of things and everything else. And so I always find that to be the funniest aspect of it. People are like, oh, but again, you bring up a point, like, is it a slippery slope? What about Marvel? What about, they're trying to be deceptive, or they're trying to just, get you in? As long as I think the overall idea of the movie is there, I think that's okay. I think if what was the movie? Okay, actually, I'll tell you one that maybe is considered misleading. Godzilla, 2014.
Okay.
Go back and watch that first trailer again. Bryan Cranston is fucking all over that trailer. They were capitalized heavily on like the popularity of Breaking Bad. He was all over that trailer, leading many people to believe that he was the main star of that movie.
Well, and it's like the Bruce Willis VOD movies the last couple of years.
Oh yeah, they put his ass right on the cover and everything else, and he's in it for 8 minutes. Yeah. So I mean that is a deceptive problem. You know what I mean? Like that really is a very that's not something I'm a fan of. It's like we're talking about this on DM, and I'm like, back when Man of Steel came out, Warner Brothers put out like 13 previews for the film or some shit. They just kept showing and showing and showing different stuff. And like going into it, you feel like you've seen everything. Like I remember actually something Comic-Con 2015, right after that Suicide Squad trailer, they had shown us an extended trailer for The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Yeah.
And so I'm sitting there watching it in Hall H, and my buddy leans over to me like halfway. There's a 5-minute preview, and there's nothing but action scenes, right? It's like just nothing but action. And you're like, oh wow, this looks really good. But then he just leans over and he's like, did we just see the whole movie? And like, I don't know. Maybe there was so much there. It just was too much. So the
Amazing
movie came
Spider-Man 2.
in the
That marketing for that was off the wall. Some YouTuber took all the clips and all the trailers and cut something that was like something like a 35-minute video that told basically the whole film.
Yeah.
So I watched that. I didn't go see the film.
Well, what is it? You've got Stephen DeKnight, actually, the guy who created Spartacus and ran the first season of Daredevil. This was brought up on Twitter, and he goes like, look, it's been proven through market research that audiences like to see the whole movie.
That's like the Ridley Scott movie that came out last year with Matt Damon.
Stillwater? That's not him. Matt Damon.
It was like a medieval movie.
Oh, The Last Duel, man. That story is fucking awesome.
That trailer showed everything in the film. Like I watched it, they released it, and then I watched the trailer. And I'm like, well, I don't need to see the movie now. Yeah. It's the whole film. It's beat to beat, beginning, middle, end.
It's because that's the thing with that particular movie. The way that I haven't seen the movie, so I'm speaking just on what I've read.
Yeah.
What I know about the movie, and if people have seen it can confirm, it's told through like 3 different perspectives, right? You've got Ben Affleck, or you've got Adam Driver's character, Matt Damon's character, and Jodie Comer's character, right? And so I actually did a deep lore podcast episode, well, under the name Stranger Days, but I went through and I researched that story. And I did a whole podcast talking about like the history of that story and like what happened. Like, I haven't seen the movie. The story's wild, right? Like, I mean, the fact that it was actually like, it was maintained predominantly through legal fight, like reporting from like, I think it was Adam Driver's character's lawyer is the one who was like writing down all the notes. And like, that's how we generally tend to know the story. And like, from what I read, even that guy was like, Adam Driver's character's full of shit. Like they basically believe that like, yeah, he raped her. Right. That was the whole point. And, but even then in reality is like the king at the time, the king in Paris, like his son had died. His had a newborn son, and the son had died, I think a couple days after being born. And instead of mourning, he threw like a week's worth of parties just to like celebrate life or whatever. And the finale of the party, the culmination of that week of partying, that was the last duel. So all these Parisians are drunk, happy, whatever the fuck for a week. And then they all go to the arena and then they just watch this thing play out. So I kind of feel like you could do a story about that. That's really interesting and really fascinating. And I loved researching it. I thought it was great.
We should go watch the movie then.
I should go watch the movie. Yeah, I forget. I don't know why I haven't. It's one of those things where it's like, sometimes it's tough to just like be in the right position to watch the movie you want to watch. I mean, like, because of kids.
Well, yeah, so and you have to be in the right mood for those for any kind of movie, really.
Yeah. So it's like, I'm sitting there going like, oh, I really want to watch this movie. And then I'm like, am I feeling it tonight? Kind of tired. Is this like, what is this, And then like, or I'll sit down with the family and, we'll have dinner, we'll hang out, we'll sit down like, all right, let's watch a movie. And then it's like, well, what can we watch that's like kid friendly? And I'm like, we have to kind of be careful with that because the 5-year-old's at the age where she'll start having nightmares and shit. Like we watched Alita Battle Angel. That might've been a little bit too intense.
Monty Python, the Holy Grail.
That would definitely be a little bit too intense, Although if she starts
when I was like 10,
she's 5.
Oh well, yeah, that's different.
That's a little different. But if she started running around going like, "We are the Knights of Ni," then I'd be like, all right, cool, you know. But I still would, even now, I guarantee, even now, if I show my 5-year-old that movie, she'll still get to the end and go, "What the fuck is this shit?" I still hate the ending of that movie. I hate the ending of movies when they do that fucking cop out bullshit. I mean, I get the humor of it. It just never landed with me. It's like I never cared for The Life of Brian either, but I also saw it when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So it's like the subtext of the movie very much lost on me as a child. You know. Like,
yeah, same with me when I first watched Life of Brian.
So I probably should give another watch again. But then again, like, you know, and now for something completely different, as hysterical as this being like a series of sketches, and
Meaning of Life.
Meaning of Life is a good one, you know. And I've always enjoyed Monty Python, as you know. But I mean, and everyone just kind of always goes back to the Holy Grail. In fact, I was delivering to someone last night, and their doormat was the riddle.
Oh, nice.
From the, you know, but it was kind of worn, and so as I set down the food, I looked, and I read what it was, and I was like, oh, cool. So when I, you know, sent them a message saying it was dropped off, I also said, oh, hey, by the way, great doormat, you know, just as like a nice little thing. I've been to someone's house and they had like the little sign on their door that says, you know, speak friend to enter.
Right.
So I quickly like Googled what the word, like the Elvish word for friend was, and, you know, threw it out, like put it in there, just as like well, yeah, because I'm, you know, I mean, I know I know the reference,
your
but
detective work.
I'm doing I'm trying to solicit tips, James. That's how you do it. Although I got fucked over tonight, got so pissed about that too. Some guy was all like, 7 miles, pizza delivery, $13.59. All right, fine, cool, whatever. I drive out there, hand deliver the guy's pizza, only gives me fucking $5, cuts off $3 out of the tip. No explanation. I'm like, really, dude? I mean, like, it's not, $3 is arbitrary at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But you're just like, come on, man. Like, you said this is what the tip was going to be. I went through the motion. I did my job. You got your pizza.
He backtracked on the tip.
He backtracked. He cut. Yeah. I don't, you know.
Maybe he listens to the show. That's why.
Maybe.
And he's like, realized it was you. He's like, maybe.
Yeah, it's like, I know that fucking mundane Matt fucker. He was fucking talking shit to Hassan Piker today. I did. I said, Hassan Piker said, I'm an idiot. And I'm like, oh, did you finally watch yourself live? Let me say this. I like Hassan Piker, but his edited content is far greater than him live. When he's live.
Are you talking about Hassanabi or Hassan?
Yeah, Hassanabi, yeah. If you watch him live, or he has like a whole bunch of people who clip his content, but if you watch the long form version of him when he's not edited, he'll literally stop for like 30 seconds and like read the chat. It is boring. There's no flow, there's no ebb, there's no high. It just like it's like whoever edits his shit does a great job at like really just cutting it together to keep the flow going. So it's a constant.
Editors are the unsung heroes, man.
Editors are editors are really.
But I don't really watch him. I know Edward used to watch him a lot, but I liked when All Gas No Breaks went on his show. It's like, all right, that's cool, because I like watching Channel 5, or I used to, anyways. But the last couple of videos they've done haven't been that good.
Didn't he end up? He became his own thing, right?
Yeah, Channel 5.
Yeah. I never really watched a lot of that, so I can't really.
All Gas No Breaks, the company, they wanted him to hit, just to put out content for the sake of content, Patreon posts and Instagram stories and all that stuff. And they said, no, that goes against what we want to do. We want to actually put out good content. Yeah. So they left, and the guy hired someone else to imitate Andrew Callahan from what at the time was All Gas No Breaks. But it's failed horribly. And Channel 5 is like millions of subs. Well, they don't make any money off YouTube, right? Because of the copyright claims. Yeah. So that's where like the Patreon stuff. And then, did you see the Alex Jones interview he did?
No.
I'd watch that. It's good.
I'll have to check it out. I mean, like that's kind of the thing though. Is like you look at Hassan, and Hassan like just won Best Streamer of the Year or whatever, and I'm like, dude, all you do is like you provide interesting commentary, but largely you just watch other people's content.
I can't watch that. I can't watch people watch stuff. I'm sorry. Like,
well, he does it on Twitch, which just makes the most amount of sense.
Yeah, I know, but I can't. Sorry.
Yeah. Sphere Commander says Matt doesn't leave the stream for minutes at a time to go make chicken nuggies. I mean, like I've left the stream to go to the bathroom. That's the fact. Like, or if my kids need help or something, like no. Like I'll do the same thing, but like it's not like I try to like I'll do research. I'll bring more to the table. I have conversations. I only stream for like 2 hours. I don't like watch fully copy or I don't. We might do trailers as a way to react to trailers,
Right.
but it's not like we're watching like full on episodes of like Master Chef or something.
I like streamed. I had a huge game session last night for like 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah, I saw you were live on Facebook. Yeah.
Yeah, Origami 2. I was playing that, me and a buddy in the States. And I got this overlay on my OBS is back in 2 minutes. Because one of those games where it's like you do the mission and then you got to go do something or you got to use the washroom or whatever. So like that was probably boring for people watching, all 3 viewers. But yeah, it's my personal channel. I don't really promote it that much. So not as much as I do small screen, which you should go subscribe.
Oh my God.
Actually, I'm thinking of doing an impromptu live stream after this with Clint if you want to come on.
Yeah, I'll see how my kid's doing. My kid's currently in the master bedroom watching Barbie on Netflix. So she might she was asking if she can sleep in the bed tonight. So
yeah, get all your
watchers
age to come raid small screen after.
That's how you send me the link. I'll send him over. Yeah, 100%. Jerry keeps talking about the whale. I want to see the whale. You know, so there we go on that one. A couple quick supers to get here, though. Shogun here for 5. Thanks, buddy. Says, in the room, did anyone else get a super creep vibe when he was convincing that guy to play the main role in the beginning?
So he's talking about the James Franco movie.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like the way that Franco played Tommy was very, very interesting. You know, I think part of the thing about Tommy is he's rather endearing. You know, like you just kind of like to see him. You don't get like a threatening or there's that creep idea that comes out of it. But like the more
he's a vampire.
Yeah, probably.
You need to read the book.
Yeah, I need to read the book. Where did he get the $6 million, man? That's the question, man.
He sold knockoff jeans.
I mean, there's been rumors like, because you know how Uwe Boll got his money, right? By ripping off the Canadian and German government.
Who, sorry?
Uwe Boll.
Oh, no, I didn't know that. But
dude, it's crazy. That's how he would create these like LLCs in Canada, and he would bring in money from from investors. But he would start these LLCs that would get money from the Canadian Film Board, as well as, because he's a German citizen, that money would then be matched by like the German government film board or whatever. I might be a little bit shaky on the details, but he basically was kind of like this. I'm like, how did he get $70 million to make In the Name of the King? Jason Statham, Claire Forlani, Ron Perlman, Ray Liotta, Lily Sobieski. I mean, like way many people in that movie. And yet somehow he got it done. And you're just like, how? So it's there's a story to be told there one day about how Uwe Boll made his money. There's actually in the trailer, if you ever watch Postal, you ever see Postal with Zach Ward?
No.
You should actually, I don't know if you would like it. It's very raunchy.
That's the one where like the guy's all in body armor, like no skin.
No, that's Rampage. That's Rampage.
Oh, Rampage. Okay.
Postal is a video game that he did. It's a very like tongue-in-cheek, ultra violent video game.
The video game, yeah.
Yeah, but he did a movie, and there's one point where like he plays himself in the movie, and they're like, "How do you fund your movies?" And he goes, "Jewish gold." And you're like, wow, and then like someone with a gun comes in and opens fire in this like it's like Oktoberfest kind of event. And the only people who die are children. Like that is how fucked up the movie is. It's brilliant.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be watching that anytime soon.
You should totally watch it. We should totally watch it together.
It's not like a Gummo situation.
It's not. No, no. It's way more tongue in cheek. Way more tongue in cheek. Anyway. Oh yeah. DC here says, "Is Postal the game that had Gary Coleman in it?" Yeah. Gotta love Gary Coleman.
You see the trailer for that video game with that just came out? The trailer, anyways, not the game. With Danny Trejo.
Crime Wave?
Yeah.
I heard of it. I haven't watched it yet.
The trailer is like, wow, it's like Cyberpunk, GTA 5, and like
it's a
all
game?
those genres. Yeah. Let me look up the name.
I think it's Crime Wave.
Michael Madsen's in it.
Whoa. That's no, it's not Crime Wave. Is it Crime Time? Hold on here.
Crime Boss, Rock-A City.
Crime Boss trailer. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, here.
And Galliot Productions. He said, "Yo, have me on the live stream, James. It's probably going to be a call-in show, so we'll have the link."
Oh yeah. He said $2 here for $5. Also, he says here, "Sup nerds? I texted back James. Zach needs to read the room. I don't know what that's directed to you." He says he texted you.
Is that Nino?
I don't know. I just work here.
Who texted me?
I don't know. Gailey here says, "Sup nerds? I text you back, James."
Is it a DM?
Zach
what's going on?
Maybe he's talking about Zachary Levy. I'm not too sure because I do want to get to that real quick. But here, we'll watch this and then we'll move on with that. Thank you for that, Gaeliot. Hope you're staying safe in Washington. If you're still, I don't know if you're here in town or not. But all right, this is the Crime Boss Rock-A City announced trailer. I haven't seen this, so let's hope it's good.
So you want to be a criminal, do you?
What? What in the hell?
Right? This
Like,
came out of nowhere.
In-game studios, 505 games. I've heard of 505, but I've never heard of in-game studios. Okay, that's gonna be kind of crazy there. So, like, okay. Look, did you ever play the remake of Narc with Bill Bellamy and Michael Madsen?
No, but I played the old PC one.
Oh, they had the old PC one is great, or the old arcade one.
Yeah.
But they did a remake of it. It was like a gritty GTA kind of ripoff of it, whatever. And like at one point, Michael Madsen's like, "Hey, you want to buy some meth?" Because you can deal meth, you can deal crack. I was like, "Hey, you want to buy some crack?" Like you can deal it on the street to make some money. It's like it's just Jesus Christ, man. I missed those old budget titles. It was like $20. It was a budget title game they put out. It was I bought that day one, played the fucking shit out of it, loved it, absolutely loved it. Ralph's Double Tits here says they're so going to get sued for false advertisements. I mean, if they're conveying the idea of what it is and those people are in the game, then there's that. It's not going to be like, but I mean, look, can somebody just sue Randy Pitchford from Gearbox? That would make me very happy. Just for alien colonial marines. Yeah. I'll tell you this. I'll actually never play a Borderlands game again because of that. They took money out of the development of Alien Colonial Marines and they had gotten from Fox to develop the game, and they put it into Borderlands 2. And like Borderlands 2 was a fun game. It was a fine game. Alien Colonial Marines was not Q tested at all, and I mean it was a bad game. It was not good. And
I never got into the Borderlands games.
They're okay. They're okay.
I have a hard time with 3 third-person co-op games like that, where just run around and do the same thing. But I never played the campaign on it though. My girlfriend really likes it though.
No, I get that. It's like some games are just Borderlands is fine. I hate Randy Pitchford. I just can't do it. I can't do it at all. Command here for 5. Thanks, Space. Says Arma Western Sahara DLC trailer. Okay, we'll check that out towards the end. Let's see. Shogun here says Gearbox never followed up on Brothers in Arms. That was their wrong for me. No, though they had definitely done Brothers in Arms. They had a whole trailer for it. It was like it had a very big Glorious Bastards vibe. And then it got a lot of flame because I think it had like a Native American guy with like a mohawk and like a tomahawk or whatever. And they were like, that's culturally insensitive. And they, whatever, canceled it. But the Brothers in Arms games were actually really good. They were very tactical. And they were fun.
Everyone should go play Origami 2.
Sure. I don't know what that is. Gaily here.
Have you ever played Tenchu?
Like Ninja Assassin?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Okay, so like the Tenchu, they made a couple after that, mostly on Xbox 360, but I think there's rights issues with the franchise now. So we'll never really get another Tenchu game until that's cleared up. Okay. And Origami 2 is basically Tenchu's grandchild. It's absolutely amazing. It's great.
Oh, okay.
It's really good. I highly suggest checking it out.
All right. What's it? Is it on all systems?
Yeah, and it's cross-platform too. And that's
okay.
one game that I like on co-op. Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah. Gaily here says he's also he admits to being non-Kino.
Yeah. So yeah, I got your DM, but it was just after I finished streaming and I was dead tired. So.
Yeah, you don't want to talk to James when he's dead tired. You think this is droll?
Yeah, pretty much. You think I don't have patience now?
Yeah. You should talk to him when he's drunk. That's the fun one. That's the fun one when he's drunk. On edibles, he's chill. When he's drunk, he gets real uppity.
Which doesn't happen very often.
No, but then I also answer my calls at 2 a.m.
Once every 3 years, maybe.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. All right, let's move on here. So there's stuff to get to. Announced.
By the way, yeah, the last stream and the Last Jedi. That's when my edibles kicked in. And I was like, oh God, he's going on this Last Jedi stuff. How am I gonna salvage this?
just ride the wave. All I can say is just ride the wave on that. All right, the edibles are kicking in, man.
I can't get off the stream to go play Origami 2. That's my go-to.
Well, that's fine. You can just say I have to go, and that's okay. I'm not gonna like hold it against you.
No, I totally did.
But that's good. That's fine. That's good. I'm gonna probably play video games tonight if I can. Witcher 3,
you're gonna
maybe.
come on the small screen live show.
Yeah, I'll see what happens.
You're going to.
Gaily here says, "Believe me, I break people." I can't tell if that's like a sexual thing.
I don't understand.
Gaily, it is. How do I say this politely? An acquired taste. I think that's a nice way of saying it. An acquired.
I can kind of relate to that.
Yeah, I mean, I think like I know I'm an acquired taste. You're an acquired taste. Everyone's an acquired taste. We all taste differently.
I am just, yeah.
That's why I love what I do. That's why I love what I fucking do.
Can we do a vote in the chat?
About what?
I'm trying to do a thumbnail for. Here, let me.
Okay, I have.
Can I share my screen?
Yeah. Go ahead. Real quick though. Ryan Hartwell for 5. Thanks, Ryan. Says don't forget to play part 3. I won't. I have it. Thank you very much. Zachary here says Jesus H Christ Charbo. I mean, I wasn't necessarily referring to that in regards to, let's say, like an Army Hammer type situation. Gaily here says I'm a very annoying person. It's all right, Matthew. I mean, you spelled my name wrong, so yes, that's annoying. But and I agree, you are annoying. But appreciate your super chats. All right, so James here is working on some different thumbnail designs and wants to run it past. Wants to A/B test it with an audience of 100 people.
I want suggestions for what picture I should use because it's just a random live show. So Should I do The Room? I think I should do The Room.
You should just do The Room. Yeah. It's midnight, right? Or well, it's midnight where you are, you know.
I think that's the best. See, I just see that thought process just solved my answer here.
There you go.
All right, cool.
All right, cool.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for the contest and the poll.
Ryan here says do The Room. That's right. The room is great. All right, let's talk about this real quick. A new Avatar series reportedly coming in 2025. The series will focus on the new Earth Avatar after Aang and Korra. To which I responded to this, man, it's really good that they're giving us an animated Pandora series. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens after the movies. And I triggered a few people with that one. I've never actually seen Avatar: The Last Airbender. I saw the movie back in 2010. I didn't hate it, but apparently that's because I've never seen the show.
Yeah, I've never watched the show, but I've heard really good things.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about it. There's that. All right. Rodney here asking about Charlie Cox's Daredevil.
Sorry, I didn't have really good insight.
No, it's okay. I was just gonna troll. I have a lot of anime. Loving people in the.
What's wrong with anime?
Nothing's wrong with anime.
Did you see my Christmas tree with Kakashi climbing the tree trunk?
I don't know. That's a Naruto thing, right? I just saw what looks to be like. I know there's a headband, but it literally just looks like people are wearing like a maxi pad on their head.
Matt,
like that's what it looks like to me. And I'll tell you. Okay, so you're a fan of the animated show?
Yeah, I'm more of a fan of the actual mangas, but yeah, I do like the animated show.
So, Guy Sensei, that guy, his name is Skip Skelrecht. He actually shot a short film at my house in San Diego.
Yeah, you told me that.
Yeah, right. So it's like that's awesome. That's all I fucking know about Naruto.
Master Guy is awesome.
So I don't know. You guys all love your stuff there. Yes, Queen. Look at this one here. Avatar: The Last Airbender is not anime, Matthew. It's dude, fucking miraculous.
Do you have to do that voice where you're so patronizing? Like,
yes, I have to because they're using all caps.
Because it's caps. Thank you.
It's all caps. That's why.
For that, by the way.
It's all caps. Yeah, I'm just saying here. There's that. No, but it's like it's not. Here's the thing with this, right? I see. I'm not a fucking like. We do an anime red pill stream every once in a while, which I know people are asking me to do again and stuff. And that's always fun. I enjoy it. But I'm also like, I look at it for being like a type of animation, right? Like, yes, Avatar: The Last Airbender is not anime, but to like the average normie person, it's fucking anime. All right. Miraculous on whatever the Disney Plus, Netflix, whatever it is, right? You know, it's French anime. If you look at the stylings of how what it is, it's fucking anime. It's anime inspired. I called it French anime, and RJ wanted to literally castrate me because he got so frustrated. He's like, "It's not French anime. It's French fucking anime." All right, big old googly eyes on Ladybug, whatever her name is. But I will say, actually, I'll say this. My daughter likes Miraculous. And the other day, she was watching it, and I ended up watching like 3-4 episodes with her because I just was like doing other stuff. And they had one
Chainsaw Man, hell yeah!
I've heard good things about Chainsaw Man.
I started watching that and knew nothing about it. It's amazing. Sorry, keep going on, but you're still.
It's on Hulu, right? Yeah. I was actually gonna I actually had an idea about that, but I'll talk about that here in a second. That's
a $20 super chat. You mentioned you must really like Chainsaw Man.
It's $2, but yes, it's the currency is 20.
Oh, sorry.
It's like, you know, it's like 100. It's like 100 Canadian is 70 US. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just that exchange rate. No, but I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
We still work as hard for the same amount of money.
Isn't that some shit? Right. I'm right there with you, buddy. I'm right there with you. You know, one currency, man. One currency. The Monero, right? What happened to the Monero? That was a big thing, right? Zeitgeist. Remember Zeitgeist from Act 2006? That whole freaking documentary thing talking about the Monero, how the governments are going to come together for Canada, Mexico, and the U.S. with one currency. Anyway. Yes, Chainsaw Man. What I thought about doing is because I do need to do the member stream. And I do have a lot of people who are members who are fans of anime, and I thought we might watch an episode of Chainsaw Man, but we do it off air in a private way. Sounds kind of dirty. just to make sure that we can, like we can do that together, and not have it violate copyright. So there's that one there. But anyway, no, I do want to. I want to watch. I saw the trailer.
You're gonna need to watch more than one episode. You'll probably have to watch 3. They're short.
That's fine. That's fine. I don't mind that specifically. So yeah. All right, and then so there's that. Also here, we found out today, coming in through Bespin Bulletin, that Mary Elizabeth Winstead will be reportedly playing Hera in the Ahsoka series, which that's what most people kind of speculated, actually. But cool.
That's
her
cool.
husband.
I like that casting.
Yeah, it's good casting. I mean, her husband is Obi-Wan. Well, I don't know if they got married, but they definitely bumped uglies because they have a kid together.
All right.
But he was also with his other wife at the time too. It's naughty, so naughty. Anyway, Command Unit for 5. Thanks, buddy. Says you have to watch Code Geass before you die. It's unapologetically Japanese and has all the tropes. It's my favorite anime from start to finish. We watched the trailer and it looked good. So yes, is that on Netflix? Even Taylor here is like, it's excellent. It's one of my favorite story endings. Taylor will hound me about it because we're friends on Facebook, so he'll hound me about that shit. Anyway, moving on. So here's what, did you hear about this with Netflix today? Lot going on. What? I'm not gonna dwell.
Yeah, but isn't that for like just one country? Isn't that? I didn't get to read it.
Well, so I mean, I'm looking at just the headlines here because I literally put this together like very much at the end. Did I miss your super? Oh no, Rodney, trust me, dude. Your super chat will be up in a second, brother. I had that ready. I thought I answered it, but I got distracted. So I'm so sorry. So Netflix here is gonna have themselves a hell of a time in 2023 if they do end the password sharing, and they are doing away with VPNs, the VPN support, which is really interesting because do you know how many YouTubers that get sponsored by VPNs use that as a literal marketing tool? They're like, you can sign up with Surfshark, and if you're in another country, or if you want to see Netflix shows in another country, then it's like, just log in. And then I'm all like, man, but I keep seeing that a lot, which tells me it's in the script that like Nord or Surfshark or whatever the fuck that they always do that kind of stuff. So now that's going to go away. It's going to make all those people fucking liars. But they already took the fucking money, you see. So here's my question. Are YouTubers going to start being sued for false advertisement about the usage of VPNs? That could happen. Anything could happen here.
Is it for North America?
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, no, they're doing it all over. It's affecting 100 million users. So they got 200 some odd million around the world. They're doing it everywhere, man. There's also like farms and like you can buy Netflix passwords from like websites overseas.
Right.
From like phishing scams and stuff. And so that ends up being a thing. But then also Netflix recently started their ad supported tier, and only 9% of the recent US subscribers have signed up because it's dumb. Nobody wants advertisements. This is what people gotta realize is like, if you, this is where I'm at with Netflix is like, my kids like it. We like it. There's a lot of good stuff on there. But they've really got to start like niching down and like I know they service a lot of people, but they got to play into their catalog. They got to start making it something that is really unique to have and not just a catch-all. Because Disney has Hulu for the kind of the catch-all stuff, but even then Hulu is really heavily focused on like the Fox stuff, right? Or the former Fox stuff. So you've got the anime over there, and you've got like, Prey and Hellraiser and what was it? Alien Religus is going to be coming out. That starts filming very soon, and that's Fede Alvarez's Hulu movie for Alien. They got the Alien show coming to Netflix, or coming to Hulu. So they're very much like building up that niche over there for that adult audience, and they're playing into that kind of stuff that's working out really well for them. They've got the high quality TV shows and everything else. Netflix just kind of feels like it's like stuck. Like it paid all of this money for Shonda Rhimes and Ryan Murphy and, Dan and Dave, who have yet to produce a single show in a couple years. I think we saw the trailer for it, whatever that show is. It's like they're just going to be kind of screwed. So there's that. Also, Ryan here makes a great point. Netflix also canceled Sergio Pablos' animated project. It wasn't called Ember, and he directed Klaus, which I have not seen all of Klaus. I've seen the first like 20 minutes, and it's really good, and I do want to finish watching it. I should finish. I should watch it this week. But yeah, they just canceled that. But Ryan, they are going to shop it around to another outlet. So there's that. And then Command Unit here for 5. Thanks, buddy. It says Code Geass is on Netflix. Recommend the English dub. It's really good. And the main protagonist is voiced by the second Black Power Ranger, and he is amazing. Does he have a name? I don't know if I can just Google second Black Power Ranger, but thank you. I'm just saying, it's like, no, I get it. Sometimes you're just like, you know the guy. He was fucking the guy, right? Like, who was the guy? Who was the guy, as a black actor, Coming to America? I know that's narrowing it down, but he was the one robs the McDougalls with the shotgun. Remember that? Oh, right. This big, big tall black guy. He's popular now. Oh, right, Sam Jackson.
Thank you. I was waiting for you to land the joke.
Anyway, I don't know why I wanted to go there with that one. I just did. But everyone's like, Sam Jackson. Like, I knew it was Sam Jackson.
Can't pull one over on me, Matt. Sorry.
I can try.
Yeah.
But I figured you would get a Coming to America reference. I figured you would understand that. That doesn't strike me as a, as a thing. Anyway, moving on here. Now we get the Rodney's comments, right? We had Rodney asking thoughts on Charlie Cox's Daredevil comments. Well, a couple here to choose from. Charlie Cox says Daredevil Born Again is filming in New York from February to December. It's an 11-month shoot. And when the quote that I read was when he was called by Marvel and he's like, okay, we're going to start filming in 2023. And he's like, okay, great. How long? And they're like, no, it's all of 2023.
Ooh.
So they're doing 18 episodes and it's going to take them 11 months to do 18 episodes. But then he also says here that the show will be dark, but not as gory. And then saying, let's take the things that really worked, but we can broaden. Can we appeal to a slightly younger audience without losing what works? That to me is a little frightening, to be fair. That to me is a little frightening. Well, okay. So the thing is, like, I think one of the things that really works for Daredevil has been the grounded reality the show is set in. Even with things like the Hand and things, and Elektra's resurrection and things like that. There's been a grounded reality to it. And I think that worked really well for all the Marvel Netflix shows. And I really like the fact that they did that. And they were tonally consistent with one another because they were building to Defenders. And I just think they did. I really enjoyed what they did. But Disney Plus is like, can we appeal to slightly younger audiences? But I think that's kind of ridiculous because even She-Hulk was rated TVMA.
Right.
And
is it working?
Is there twerking? I mean, I'd be okay with it. I'm not gonna be a thing, but it's like they also updated their parental controls for Disney Plus because of Daredevil and bringing those shows over. So it's like you already have the infrastructure in place to allow for this kind of content to be on there. And I do feel that Disney Plus will eventually, in the next couple years, absolutely merge Hulu into Disney Plus. It just makes the most amount of sense because, Hulu has got live television. They could merge that into Disney Plus and then upcharge on that. Right. Comcast is getting ready to they got till 2025, I think, on Comcast, but Iger might buy them out and Comcast doesn't seem opposed to it. The head of Comcast has kind of talked a bit about that.
Well, yeah, it's kind of like an unspoken thing that they've been gonna take over Comcast.
Yeah, sorry. She-Hulk was rated TV-14. My bad. But still, TV-14. You know, like, and they didn't really have a lot of violence in that, but they had a lot of sexual references and twerking. And, you know, Matt did the walk of shame, which I thought was great. I did enjoy seeing a more lighthearted take on Daredevil because it's Charlie Cox. He brought it for me. If it was anybody else in the role, I probably would have been a little bit apprehensive to it.
Right.
But the fact that it was Charlie Cox. But then what we don't know is Deborah Ann Wool and Eldon Nunson, are they coming back? Or Knudsen, are they coming back for the show? There's been no talk about that. They've both kind of been silent on it or kind of been off-putty about it, you know, and it's like, okay, obviously they may not want to focus on that, but that trinity of characters is also what grounded the show, what sold the show, and one of the things people out there really liked. So I'm a little concerned about that. And as I've talked about this with HBarts, if they fuck up Daredevil, I'm out.
Oh, God.
Of the MCU. No, I'm not even kidding you. Like, if they fuck this up, I'm out. Now, watching Daredevil on She-Hulk, I really liked it. So I'm like, my fears are not, I don't want to say 100% quelled, but I'm not worried about it as much.
As long as it's better than Moon Knight, then I'll be good.
See, I liked Moon Knight, but yes, it had its problems.
Yeah. See, I liked Moon Knight too, but I mean, they could have went more. You know what I mean?
They should have. Yeah, it needed more. It needed 3 more episodes. And that's what I think it would have been better with that 100%. So anyway, look, give me Daredevil. I will watch the ever-loving shit out of it. I know that I'm being hyperbolic. Roman numeral says, no, you're not. I know I'm being hyperbolic.
Well, you sound like a certain fandom. So
here's the thing. I'm fully aware of that. All right. I'll own it. I have no problem owning that particular mindset in this specific instance. Daredevil means a lot to me, just on a personal level. Like this show does. I don't know why, it just does.
Right.
So like to that note, like that's the only thing I've wanted to come out of the Netflix deal. Like, I mean, I want like all the other actors to come back as well, including Finn Jones. HBarts and I were actually talking about that yesterday. We might be the only ones who support Finn Jones coming back, but Charlie Cox's Daredevil for me is it. That's it, you know? And so it's like, don't bring him back just to do him dirty. But I also know Feige well enough to not have that really be a problem.
Yeah.
And they're doing 18 episodes, not 12, not 13, not 6. So you're going to probably get 3 individual arcs throughout those 18 episodes, right? You're going to have those 3 individual, you know, you're going to have your moments. Or maybe they're going to do 9. I don't know. Either way, they'll break up the storyline.
Here's the thing is you're not going to get filler episodes or things really stressed out long, you know, like in the original series on Netflix. And so you get maybe a little less blood, but I don't even like. The only thing that was really violent was when the Punisher was in the prison, you know, with all the stabbing.
Oh, that was so good.
Oh, it was great.
Was so good. Not only that though, but
I'm
when
interested
the Punisher
in the Punisher TV series that they're developing, which we did a video on last year, and it breaks down what the series is about or was about at that time. It's like he's on the run, and it's kind of got a Western tone to it. Yeah. That's what I'm interested.
Because I also really enjoyed Bernthal as the Punisher.
Same. I didn't think I would, but yeah.
Well, when I first saw him, and it was like you realize, oh, they're just basically kind of pulling from a Travis Bickle personality. Yeah. I was like, it's a little derivative, but the way that Bernthal just brings that intensity to the role, and what's so funny too is I was thinking about this the other day. The very first time I saw Bernthal in anything was a comedy show on NBC, a short-lived show. I forget what it was called, but he played like a stoner burnout pizza delivery boy. And then like he comes back a couple years later and he's got this fucking like a mentality to him. And you're like, all right, man. You know, and he just seems like the nicest guy, everything I've seen him in. And no, I love
worried about in Daredevil and the Punisher series, if he just, as long as he didn't rub his head a million times in each shot, I'd be happy, like he did in The Walking Dead.
Oh yeah. Well, you know, they kept him like a whole other season. You know, because he was so good as Shane. They're just like, we can't kill you right now. We have to get you out.
Rubbing your head every time you're distressed.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like Kristen Stewart and the whole, you know, hands through her hair and biting her lip and the heavy sighing whenever she needs to emote.
Right. Zachary Finior says, or Finehour, sorry if I butchered your name. Do you not remember Kingpin removing a man's head with a car door in season 1? Yes, I do, vividly, but it was off camera.
Yeah. Yeah. Here's the thing I'll say about this. The actor who played Wesley in season 1, I would like to see him in more things. I don't remember his name, but I remember liking him quite a bit.
What, in Daredevil?
Mm-hmm. Kingpin's number 2 or number 1. The guy that Karen killed. But all right there. So yeah, I mean, look, I'm going to be hyperbolic about it till I see it.
Toby Leonard Moore.
Toby Leonard, thank you for that one there. All right, and command unit here does say Johnny Young Bosch was the second Black Ranger, not race. Oh, so you're saying black as the actual color, not the skin color. That's smart. But notice how, but again, the way that
Jesus, Matt.
What? The way that fucking
Yeah, I know.
Power Rangers is color coded is just it's like it's really obvious.
It is, yeah.
It's really, really, really obvious there. And then Jess here for 2 thank you says, be thankful we don't have Bob Chapek anymore. Very thankful for that. Glad that we got rid of Chapek. Have to wait and see. All right, and then this is the other thing too that I quickly want to discuss. This popped up today. Did you see this? Gal is back. Yes.
I heard rumors, but I didn't know she was officially back.
Well, this is a rumor. It's coming out of the direct.
All right.
So take that for what you will. They got called out a couple times by Dwayne The Rock Johnson this week for their reporting on a couple things. But if they're bringing back, Gal, that's interesting because she died in number 6 when the plane was doing roughly 125 miles an hour, and she fell off the car into the darkness. And there was no funeral. It was just like, she dead. Han goes off to Tokyo. Cue Tokyo Drift. Han dies. Yada, yada, yada. A couple movies later, Han comes back. Best way to look at this movie now, this franchise now, is that it's essentially a comic book movie, superhero franchise with no source material. That is the best way to describe it.
Of course.
But I fucking love it.
Space in the last one. I haven't watched since.
I haven't watched number 9 yet. I don't know why. I just haven't been. Again, like that whole notion of like, I didn't get the chance to see it in theaters. I need to watch it, but I might just hold off closer to Fast X.
Right.
And then just like marathon all of them. Cause I do love those movies. Like number 5 is awesome. But anyway here. Well,
go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, okay, hold on. Wait, I guess this is a spoiler. Kurt Russell's character faked Han and Giselle's death. How did he fake Giselle's? Don't even fucking tell me. Don't even fucking tell me. Because like she fell off the fucking car on like the world's longest runway. Anyway, fine. Look, whatever. I don't care. Fine. If Mr. Nobody wants to bring her back, I'm not going to argue with Kurt Russell doing anything. So yeah. Anyway. But look at the cast of Fast 10. Momoa's a villain. Charlize Theron is back. Brie Larson is in it. John Cena is in it.
Right.
Like I think I joked about this on social media today, but like I saw it echoed by a bunch of other people. Like I made the joke, bring in Henry Cavill. And I saw a lot, and then I saw actual like blue checkmark fucking movie journalists going like, well, maybe they should bring in Henry Cavill to this, make it a Justice. I'm like, I just made a joke about that.
Yeah.
But I think they possibly could. Because, and then again, but The Rock Vin Diesel should do it as a way to fuck with The Rock. As a total power move. To just be like, it's all about family. Fuck. Like bring on Henry Cavill as a cameo appearance, as like the younger Shaw brother or something. Who knows, right? They're all British. And
he can do the whole punch cocking his arms thing.
Yes, that was cool.
Yeah.
I love Fallout. That was such a good movie. But it's just they could totally do that there, like bring back like get Ezra Miller and Ray Fisher and Ben Affleck and have a total reunion of Justice League characters in a Fast and Furious movie. I don't know. I mean, people would lose their shit over that, I think, but I don't think it's going to happen. I don't know. I think it's okay. It's okay. See, Spherical Man here says recast Vin with the Dwayne. No. Shogun here says the plane sequence was all a dream. I mean, then Gina Carano would have to come back too. Do we want that? I don't know. Companion here for 5. Thanks, buddy. Says Power Rangers creators were Jewish. The race corresponding to colors was an artistic choice. Okay. No, I was just, it's one of those jokes we all had in the 90s about that. It was like about the colors of the characters in Power Rangers and like,
Yeah.
why is it's just, why is the yellow one Chinese and why is the black one black? And you're like, a little on the nose there, guys. Come on. But thank you for that, buddy. Appreciate it. And then Ryan here for 5. Thank you. Says, if she ends up in the next movie, a lot of people will be like, she didn't get out of the cock-a-doodle plane. Is that a Snakes on a Plane reference?
Yeah. You asking me? I never saw Snakes on a Plane. I'm saving that. I'm saving that for a special day.
Dude, it's been 16 years. How have you not seen Snakes on a Plane? Okay, I haven't seen Rocky or the Godfather franchises, so I mean, I completely can't say shit on that one, but still.
There you go.
I've seen Snakes on a Plane a bunch. Did I ever tell you the story about one of my friends worked on it? He did the animatronic snakes. And we're at Comic-Con. This is in like 2005, right?
Yeah.
And we're hanging out.
Tell me this, but tell me again.
I'm just saying, like, we're talking, I'm like, what are you working on now? And he's like, oh, I just got done shooting this movie with Sam Jackson about a bunch of snakes that break loose on a plane. And I was like, shut the fuck up. He's like, no, seriously. It's called Snakes on a Plane. And then like a year later, I all of a sudden get the trailer for it. I'm like, holy shit, he was telling the truth. So anyway.
That's cool.
Oh, it's a Misery reference. Oh, that's a Lost reference. I've seen Misery, but it's been a very long time. So, but thank you for that, Ryan. Appreciate that, buddy. Then Commander here for 2 says pink was a girl, blue was Jewish, white was what was white? I don't know, man. Rangers are not out of my wheelhouse, but anyway.
So the small screen live will be in half an hour.
Cool. Also, this was the other thing we meant to get to here. Now we're hearing today. I just grabbed screenshots from discussing film because I literally was running out of time. But the first trailer for The Flash will apparently premiere during the Super Bowl.
Looking forward to that.
I'm looking forward to a full trailer for that because they're going to do like a 30-second advert on the Super Bowl and then go online for the full trailer.
Probably, yeah.
But I mean, like, but then as we get into the next topic, which would be the final topic of the night, is there going to be, do you think there's going to be apathy for it? You know, like, because
for Ezra Miller?
No, I just mean DC in general, man. Because I want to see the trailer. Obviously, I think they're going to have to put Michael Keaton way front and center for that thing, because that will build hype. Because that is the hype for the movie at this point. Not to say that Ezra Miller is going to be bad in the role. I think they'll do fine. But again, like, looking at the way that this movie has been hyped up, it's Michael Keaton's return that people seem to care about.
Miller's going to do very, very little PR for this film. And the general audience is just, they'll go see it. Right?
Maybe.
General audience is semi-aware of Ezra Miller, but enough time will have passed when it comes out, they'll go see it.
I think you're gonna get. I think it's gonna be an older demographic that's gonna go see it, and then that's gonna be maybe what, like, if it does well.
What, after they watch Reacher season 2,
or The Terminalist season 2, or Jack Ryan season 3. James and I were joking about this because he was telling me to watch these shows. I said I'm getting to the age where I'm finally the target demographic for Amazon series.
Yeah, and like, honestly, it's true too. All the age demographics on small screen is for those videos is like 45 to 65. It's insane. Really? And then you get like Wednesday Addams, and it's all like 15 to 30.
Yeah, it's weird, man. My age demographic is like the 25 to 34, I think, range, or somewhere in there. So, but it's like 1% girls, and I'm like, gotta change that. Gotta start talking about Wednesday. Yeah,
actually, the female analytics for the small screen is pretty good for Wednesday. Yeah.
Good. I mean, Wednesday. Yeah, I mean, I saw you guys put up a video for Wednesday season 2. I haven't watched it yet, though.
Yeah, it's doing pretty well, actually. So that's a fluke too. We're like, yeah, let's put one up, and then all of a sudden, everyone started watching it again, and
it's the number one 4 weeks in a row, apparently. Exactly. Yeah. And it's like, it's not. They said it's not going to usurp Squid Game. but for maybe the first 28 days or whatever, but it's going to be up there pretty high.
Yeah.
you know?
It's like every 2 weeks Netflix has a show that tops the other show. That's their marketing.
Well, again, that's if you watch the box office, and this is why I call it fantasy football for fucking movie nerds.
Right.
Is like there'll be, if you like look at the marketing, like especially how like The Rock kind of handled it, right? And I'm just using that as a reference because he was single-handedly the person marketing the movie. But you'll be like watching TV and an ad will pop up for a new movie, and it's like the #1 movie in the world released on a Tuesday in December during a summer or winter equinox. And you're like, what? It's all like it's the #1 movie coming, his #1 comedy in America, not to be confused with the #1 movie in America, which is also an animated movie about a family of storks. But this one is really, it's just like they just come up with these random
#1 movie on the second Tuesday of February.
Yeah. It's like the #1 movie in Hanukkah 2022. It's like the only movie in Hanukkah though, right? Well, yeah,
Right.
but it's like they literally just like market it any way they can to make it seem bigger than it is. And I understand why they do it, but it's just like you just can't pay it. It's fucking, to me it's hysterical. It's just it's
It's
just
all marketing.
It's all marketing. And like it's just not that it's losing its luster on me, but it's the whole thing with the trailers and stuff, with the deceptive trailers. Like, yeah, I've been pissed off before at trailers that have like not.
I designed a cookbook for the Food Network, and on the cover is like that badge, and it says over 40,000, or sorry, over 400,000 in series. In small text, it says in series sold. So like you got the big text that says over 400,000 sold, and then in the middle you got small fine print in series.
Yeah.
So all together, yeah, it's just whatever helps sell it, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, and not to get like political or whatever, but it's like, as we're learning with the release of the January 6th report and these testimonies, like a lot of these Fox people that were like pushing the election fraud nonsense didn't believe a word of it, but they didn't care. They just lie. And like, that's the thing. That's what pisses me off the most when it comes to this kind of shit. It's like, it's the emotional versus the factual, and it's just like, I get why emotion works. I get why emotion sells. But it's very frustrating to like, to be a person who's passionate about film and like want to actually talk about the merits of it versus someone like Critical Drinker that's just like, the Prey movie looks pretty bad because it's got a woman in it, which is not his accent. That's more heel versus babyface, right? But it's like, no, but it's really, it's like they just, anything that they can attack, they attack, and their audience just like, just eats it up, right? It is nom 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 nom. They just gulp it down, and you're just like, fucking choke on it then, you bitches. Like, Jesus. But then again, the average person doesn't fucking know any of that crap. But I mean, but sometimes it spreads. Like when I saw, what was it? Wakanda Forever. When I saw Wakanda Forever, I waded through the mid-credit scene, right, which I thought was nice. And then I quickly double checked to see if there was anything at the very end, and there wasn't. I get up to leave, and there's this guy there, and I'm like, oh, there's nothing else that is going to be at the end of the movie. And he goes, oh man, he's like, they were going to put Dr. Doom in that, but they took him out. And I'm just like, oh, I heard that too, but I don't know how much of that I believe. And he's like, oh no, they were going to do it, but they took it out. I read about it online, and I'm just like, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, no, that was a rumor. That was
like,
actually sent to Edwards by a source, and then he ran with it. We did the double verification of the source, and then afterwards, I think we found out we did a triple verification of the source, and then so Edward wrote a retraction about it. Yeah,
well, that's good.
Turned out that the source wasn't legit, like we had thought, even though we did our due diligence. So
sure, no, I mean that happens. That just happens in these scenarios, like 100%. So, I totally get that. And it's, again, with you guys, like I know other people will like, there's this whole territorial aspect when it comes to streamers or scoopers and whatnot right now. But I think for me, like one of the bigger aspects of it is just like if you offered the retraction, like, yeah, no, we got it wrong. Like we'll try better next time. It's all good. But I think that's just kind of like the best thing that you can do. But so many people just don't want to be wrong.
Yeah, I've been working on this Reacher video for like a couple weeks now. I don't know if I told you, but like our Reacher season 2 videos have like been doing really well.
Yeah.
But they're based off of bad info, and we know that like the source is legit close to the production. Like Edward met the guy, or I talked about this before, right?
Yeah.
And so I've been working on the retraction video because it's important to me. Every time I see those views up, I'm like, oh, I gotta get that video done. So
Yeah, I'll sit
Anyways.
there. I'll look to see what's going on. That's pretty big, and then I'm like, should I make a video? No.
Yeah, it leaves me very distressed, like Zachary Levi.
Yes. So let's talk about Mr. Levi, because I know you have your stream here in a little bit.
Yeah, and you got to send everyone over, and you got to come on.
Yes. So Zachary Levi defends new DC Chiefs James Gunn and Peter Safran and says, give them time to make something special. Now, this is in my mind, a very peculiar situation, because when I say, and for my, like Shazam under fire, he's distressed. I stand by that. I believe that. I do believe he's distressed.
He was just cold. He just got inside. He had his jacket on. His nose is running. Otherwise, unless it was a different kind of snow.
Well, I mean, a friend of mine actually went to school with Zachary Levi up in Ventura, and said he was known for being the class clown, but kind of a dick.
Right.
And then I was like, so what do you, 'cause I'm like, do you watch Chuck? This is when Chuck was on. And like, he's like, yeah, that looks about like him, but he's still kind of a dick. I'm like, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I was like, all right. I mean, I liked Chuck, but I mostly watched it for Yvonne Strahovski.
I like that show. It was good.
Yeah, Subway saved that show. So if they may have given us Jared, but they also gave us Chuck, and Jared's locked up for the next like 10 years. So we're all good. Anyway, but the thing is though, there's a video clip I want to show, and I know James here has seen it, but the thing is, like, if you followed the fact that over the course of the past couple days, there has been nonstop trending to some extent of fire James Gunn, and James was able to determine that a lot of it is manipulative, whether it's bots or just spamming. I did post about it on Twitter after stealing his screenshot, which I did do.
You tend to do, which is fine. They're just like these journalists stealing your Vin Diesel joke.
Yeah, it's all great artists steal. There you go. I'm gonna run it through an AI generator, James.
I was waiting for that.
I'm gonna run it through an AI generator.
Go ahead, get on with this video.
Anyway, and so but Zachary, he's been getting a lot of pressure for it, a lot of pushback from people, like, oh, is Shazam done? Is Shazam dead? And look, it's a very not good place to be. I have nothing but empathy for Zachary Levi. I don't have any. I just have nothing but empathy for the guy. Same. Because the position that he's in is just impossible. It's like, look, he's got to promote a movie that comes out in 3 months, and everything's up in the air. Cavill's out, Ben's out, Momoa's we don't know, Gal seems to be out, everyone seems to be gone. And he's like, I don't know what I'm going to do. And then, he'll try to be cheeky about it. Like he was at a convention the other day and he's all like, someone's asked, oh, do you think you're going to be around? And he said something to the effect of, well, I'm good friends with James Gunn and Peter Safran, so I hope so. Sort of thing. And then people took that and they ran with that and they're twisting it and they're attacking him for it. And I'm like, look, the guy's just trying to like
classic internet.
Yeah. He's just trying to protect his job, man. He's just trying to protect this movie. And he put out this little, this is a clip from an Instagram live that came out today, and I've seen a lot of people giving him shit over it, but I'm like, look, man, like I feel him right now. I really feel him. He doesn't, the thing I don't know if Gunn and Safran, this is where they're kind of stuck, right? They've got to see these next 4 movies through. And Gunn did say that they are overseeing now the edit, right? They're overseeing the rollout and the final touches. I think Shazam 2 is done. They're not going to do anything more to it because David F. Sandberg yesterday tweeted out that he just watched the movie in IMAX. So they are giving it an IMAX release, and they are pushing for premium format, which is great. That shows confidence in the product.
You watched the original in IMAX.
Was it the original?
Yeah, he said, I've seen this movie so many times, but it's the first time I saw it in IMAX.
I thought he was talking about Fury of the Gods.
No, I thought it was the original, he said. I could be wrong, but I was pretty sure.
You know what? I want to double check that. If I am wrong, I want to make sure that that I am correct on that one either. Or if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Let me see here. Okay. He says, I've seen Shazam 2 many, many times, but today was my first time seeing it in IMAX.
Oh, okay. No, I was wrong. Nice.
So, then Rachel Zegler responds, was it good? And then he says, I couldn't keep up with the plot, but the visuals were pretty cool. I'm just saying, there's in my mind,
That's a dig at Black Adam.
No, I don't. No. If have you ever just kind of followed with what David F. Sandberg does? Have you ever just checked out his YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Like the guy, he's so open about the filmmaking process, and I love that. Like people will ask questions, and he'll actually like put together these videos, like about test screenings. And I asked him once, I'm like, what is it with test screenings? And he's like, yeah, no. I said, what's the deal with reshoots? And he goes, you finish a movie, you realize you need X, so you go out and you shoot X. That's it. I'm like, no, that's what I thought. But like, thank you for vocalizing it for other people to see, sort of thing. So he's just very in tune with, I think like, cause he was a YouTuber before doing everything else. So like he understands that world really well. He seems really down to earth. I love the first Shazam. I really love the first Shazam, and I'm excited as hell to see this one. So, what?
Play the clip.
God damn it. I'll play the clip.
Sorry, I gotta run soon.
Oh, well, then you go run. Or you want to watch the clip first? Okay.
I loved Walter Hamada. I loved him as a boss. I love him as a human being, and I hope to work with him wherever he goes. But I couldn't have hand chosen two better people to be the people that are helping to now guide where the DC universe is going. Some things that I've said at a convention, well, actually multiple things I've said at multiple conventions continue to be taken out of context because people want to do that because they want to stir up bullshit and drama. Well, you can stop that, guys. Like I said, I have no idea what's going on at the end of the day, but I don't need to. I show up and I do my job. I'm so grateful that I get to be Shazam. I'm so grateful that I get to be Super Billy Batson, and I will show up and do that as long as I'm given the opportunity to. And guess what? I'm at this point right now, I'm still that character. I've not had any, outgoing conversations with the bosses. We have a movie that's literally coming out in March. And guys, it's even better than the first one. And the first one was really fucking good. Like, I think you're really going to enjoy the next Shazam, Fury of the Gods. I really think you are. And I hope that that's reflected in the box office as well. And I hope we do even better than we did the first time. And hopefully this does enough to silence or at least quiet the haters that are out there that so purposefully want to be hateful about, I think, a really charming movie and a charming branch of what DC is. I understand that we're not as dark and as brooding as a lot of the other titles have been, and we weren't supposed to be. And, I think we've made something really good. And I hope that if you haven't seen it, you give yourself the opportunity to see it and the new one. And maybe open your heart a little bit to it and recognize that that's what it's for. We bring a lot of heart and humor and charm and also action and drama. And again, this new movie is markedly better and markedly, I don't know, we had more time and more budget and all the things. So I really think that, and by the way, and if you didn't like the first one, still go see the second one because I think you'll be impressed that we did even better.
So what's your take on that?
It's a little bit of frustration. I think everyone involved in films right now is frustrated at the internet and this online chatter, and everyone's reaction is to go negative right away.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, you work hard on something. It really sucks when, the initial first reaction is just is he talking about this? Oh, he meant this, blah, blah, all that stuff. You spend like at least a year of your life working on a project, right?
Well, yeah. Well, in this case, multiple years.
Yeah.
They shot, the first one came out in 2019 and.
So I said at least, Matt.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it's just been a while. But no, I think I agree with you about the frustration. That's why I said distress, because this comes across as distress. Like it's past frustrated. It's now like, I don't know what you want me to say, sort of thing. Like that's what I'm talking about. Like
pretty much,
and he's, I saw here like, what was the comment here I saw? Peter Rabbit's Defender says, Levi defending Walter Hamada is like ScarJo praising Joss Whedon. It's not at all like that. Joss Whedon has a lot of enemies in Hollywood, people that don't like him because he's got multiple instances of being a dick. Hamada is very well liked. He's like very well liked.
Yeah, it's just the Snyder fans that don't like him.
Snyder,
and
yeah.
You know the website I made and the Twitter I made, hamadaburger.com, but like as soon as it started getting really nasty, toxic attention, I took it all down.
Yeah.
That's not why I made it. I just made it because it's a meme.
So it's just, well, I know you made it as a meme, but people are trying to, target and everything else. And I get it. the internet does that kind of shit.
Yeah.
But I feel like when it comes to Zachary defending Walter Hamada, literally I've never heard anyone say anything bad about Hamada. Period. Not even like behind closed doors. You're not even hearing sources out of DC Films.
Ray
Like,
Fisher.
and Ray Fisher's only upset because like Hamada tried to just play the middleman. He tried to please everybody. He tried to do the Hollywood. He was the Hollywood exec trying to please everybody. I have a diva actor who's pissed off at the previous regime, wants this thing to happen. We have this big movie coming out. We're spending $100 million to get it done. Okay, fine. Let's figure this thing out. Here's what I can offer. Here's what we can do. Let's just find a way to make everyone whole. All right. Let's just I want this to be done. Well, you're not going to get that. How about like, you're not going to get Jeff Johns. How about Joss Whedon? That's not good enough. Well, internal investigations have proven that Jeff Johns didn't do anything wrong. So it's like, and the investigators that you wanted sort of thing. And it's sour grapes, man. It's sour grapes. Like Ray Fisher is so full of sour grapes that I think single-handedly destroyed the Snyderverse brand. I mean that. I don't think you can sit there and run your mouth the way that you're running your mouth as they're trying to finish this product and expect it to have any kind of positive outcome on the things it's trying to get done. You know what I mean? Like, in all these Snyder fans, they just come out like, oh my God, a hashtag I stand with Ray Fisher. And you're like, but he's full of shit. Pay attention. Look at what he does. Pay attention to what he actually does, not what he says. You know? Like Walter Hamada was out. He went over to, didn't say shit about James Gunn, right? Batgirl gets canceled. And there's a report that Hamada was furious and threatened to quit. And he's like, well, what about the people with Justice League Investigation? Yeah, but what about your fellow fucking, industry professionals that got fucked over by the parent company? Where the fuck was your bleeding heart for them? You know? Then he comes out the other day and goes after James Gunn over nonsense, gets fucking completely ratioed, and then responds by trying to promote Rebel Moon. He's a fucking liability, dude.
A good PR.
It's not good PR. No, I don't think anyone in Hollywood wants to work with Ray Fisher. You know, really, I don't think anybody wants to. Like, it's just, he's going to get relegated to just like, fucking the status of like, okay, well, we don't want to work with this guy. Like, he'll get smaller things, but that's going to be about it. You know, that's why he's kind of like, it's like he'll be at Netflix if he works well with Netflix. But if he starts causing problems during the Rebel Moon PR shit, that's it, man.
All right.
So,
well, I'm gonna get going.
All right, I got a couple things to watch here, and then you sent me the link. I will put it in the chat here. All right. So
Yeah, please come check out the live stream after this. Matt will be on it. He already agreed he would. So
that is true. I have made poor choices.
Hope to see you all there.
All right.
It's the last one of the year before we switch over to the new channel for live specifically. So.
All right. Well, there you go. I posted the link there. I will be heading over when this is over. In the meantime, we got a couple quick things to watch, and we'll be over there in a few. So send me the link. Send me the send me the.
Yeah, I'll send you the link, and please put that link, the YouTube link, in at the end of the show. Appreciate it, Matt. Thanks for having me on again.
All right. I'll see you later, buddy.
Bye.
Thank you. James from Small Screen, everybody. James from Small Screen, good guy. I like James quite a bit, actually. I think he's a solid dude. I think he's a solidly good guy, and I always enjoy our conversations. And yeah, we'll be going over there. Poor Jarbo getting bullied to end his life. No, I like to keep mine shorter anyway. Right? I like to keep my thing. What's the name of the channel? The name of the channel is Small Screen. I posted the link in the chat there. A couple, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shots ahead of you. So there's that. When Peter Rabbit here says, I'm afraid Ray Fisher is about to become the new Kanye West. Oh, yay Fisher, right? Yay Fisher. Jesus Christ. I mean, you know what? Stranger things have happened, all right? Stranger things have happened. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, so Command Unit had asked us to take a look here at this Arma. What is this here? Arma 3 creator Western Sahara trailer. It's 2 minutes. Should be cool. Are there any Arma short films with a lot of action, like violence and shit? 'Cause I think the audience likes that. But before, look, usually when we get to the end of the stream and you guys are kind of dipping out, do me a solid. Before you guys go, we've got 41 likes, 42 likes now. Let's try to get to 60. I think we can do 60 likes, right? Maybe 75 if we're lucky. A lot of you guys there. And then if you guys want to check out Small Screen, again, the link is in the chat. I will be over there when this is over. But anyway, I really appreciate you guys. Thank you all so much for hanging out on this very cold winter night all over the United States. I think it's even snowing where I live right now, according to the weather report. So, all right, let us check this out. This Arma 3 creator DLC. Wow. All right. That looks interesting. Wouldn't mind there being like, again, more action. Like the DLC stuff is interesting, but it's kind of like, is what it is. All right. So we will continue to Red Pill. Thank you. Thank you for that one. Appreciate the red pilling, everybody. Appreciate the red pill. Okay. And then also, before we wrap it up here, Ryan had, we've been watching this series here, called Play. Oh, wait, wrong one. Thought I grabbed the right link. I did not. All right. So this is what the hell is going on here? Hold on. It's getting all crazy, guys. Why is this happening? Okay. What the hell? It's literally, it's not even copying the link. No, it's not what? Paste. Oh my fucking God. What the hell is happening here? Sorry guys, I'm just having, it's not even copying the link. Okay, you know what? Screw it. Screw it. We're gonna fix it. I don't know what the hell's going on here. This whole thing is crazy to me. It's like, okay. There we go. It was not copying the link at all. All right. So there is that. This is part 3 of Playtime, which is a nice, fun little thing. So let's go from here.
To pitch the producer, what if there were 2 Billies? A good Billy and an evil Billy, and I could play both parts.
Have you read the whole article, Billy?
Huh? Billy. It's playtime!
Apologies, Mr. Gorman. He slipped past security. Would you like him ejected?
That won't be necessary, Synth. We're old friends. Come in, Billy. Sit.
I prefer to stand. Thank you.
What brings you here, Billy?
What the hell, Gorman?
Can I get you guys anything? Some cucumber water?
Hey, this is where the conversation is, Gorman. Right here.
We made some movies together, didn't we, Billy? Good movies. Movies we can be proud of.
So let's do it again. You know I was made for this role. I am a state-of-the-art animatronic.
Yes, you were, but what worked in the 1980s doesn't fly with today's audiences.
But why computers, Mr. Gorman? Is it cheaper? Because I'll cut my rate.
No, Billy. CGI is much more expensive.
Then I'll save you money. And the best thing is, I'm Billy. And I'm real.
Audiences don't want movies to be real. They want fantasy. Reality is uninspired. When George added CGI to A New Hope, he made the movie better, and audiences loved him for it. Billy, no, do not. Billy.
You son of a bitch! You're not stealing my job, you mocap mofo!
Andy, hi, yeah. No. We're just having some cross chatter. A lot of cell phone issues lately.
You suck, Circus! I'm Billy! You hear me? I got your precious right here!
No, that was Sandler. Always with the funny voices, Sandler, huh? Listen, could I call you back on a better line? Okay. All right. Bye-bye. Get out of my office.
Go back to the valley and rust. Take the freak parade with you. They're not freaks. They're my entourage, okay? Stars have those.
Have you ever dealt with studio lawyers? Major assholes. Billy is a trademark name. Don't use it anymore. Playtime's over.
That is like so amazingly good. That is so amazingly good. You have to love it. You have to love it. That was fantastic there. Anyway, I had to kind of crack up at the end there because you had the you had some posters, right? I saw Death Becomes Her, I saw Tremors, and then Percy Jackson and the Sea of Monsters, which is just like a real weird thing to see, but that was there. Anyway, guys, that was great. Thank you very much, Ryan. Really appreciate that. Enterprising here says Chucky's cousin needs some pointers. He isn't killing people right. Well, we don't know where it's going to go. Ryan here just sent me the part 4. We'll watch that. We will definitely watch that later. Thank you very much for that, Ryan. So by the way, guys, yeah, I'm going to be over on the, I'll be over at Small Screen, jumping over there, dropping the link. I see Geek Studios dropped the YouTube channel. This is the actual link to the stream. Let me prompt you. I don't know how long it's going to be. Should be a good time. We'll see what happens over there. But in the meantime, everybody, I really appreciate everybody hanging out tonight. Thank you very much. Kind of got off the rails, but as always, I always enjoy doing this. You guys are grand. You guys are great. Thank you very much for spending your time with me. I really appreciate it. I will talk to you guys later. Have yourself a fantastic day. I'll be back on tomorrow night, and peace out.